What is up, guys? It is Jcnrdd here, but if that's a bit of a tongue twister to say, I'll just say it's JC. What do you call it? So today is my birthday, and yesterday was my year anniversary on this bike. What do you call it? So it's been an entire year of me riding this R7. Um, and I can't say that I am not pleased with what I've bought. Now, of course, do I wish this bike was faster? Of course, but I can't complain because I have a bike, you know. But I'll say, it's been an entire year of me like riding, from me buying all my gear, like buying this helmet, buying my boots, buying my jacket, my gloves, and then now buying my full race suit. Um, it's been a journey. It's crazy because like when I bought this bike, um, I didn't know or didn't think I'd find many friends off the bat. Uh, and I've literally found them right out of the woodwork. Like I literally met my first friend by chance because when I bought this bike, I had purchased it with a warranty. So I had gone back to the dealership to ask a question about the warranty. And when I had gone back there to ask them about it, that is when I met my first friend named Ajon. And I met him by chance by even going back to the dealership. Met him there. He was gonna be buying I think it was a Honda CBR 500. Then there I was chatting to him, whatever, and we're talking, and then he gave me his number, and then from there we were just friends. He ended up not buying that CBR. He ended up buying a Ninja 650 that I also went to see him get. Um, and that day when he bought that Ninja 650, um, we then rode to a dealership that's also really close to my house, to get the chain that was on that bike fixed because it was a very rusty chain and very not good for him to ride with. So hey, let's go get that chain fixed. And then when we got to that dealership that's right by my house, what do you call it? That's where we met my other friend named Alan, and that was back in March of 25 of when we like when I met these two guys. Um, Alan had has a CBR 1000, and what do you call it? And then from then on, it was just us three as a group, a group riding. And I did not think like it'd be that quick of me finding people like to ride with, but I did, and it was amazing. It's like I, you know, my parents were buying a motorcycle, and I kept telling them I was gonna buy one, and they kept telling me no, no, no. And then when the day came around, I want to say a week before my birthday, which today's my birthday. So the week before then, I had already went to the dealership and signed the papers for the bike. And then the day of that I was gonna go buy the bike, I then actually no, the week before, I'm tripping. Week before, I had then sat them down like, hey, I'm going through with the purchase of the bike, and my parents immediately were like, well, when are you moving out? I was like, hey, hold on, wait, chill out, let me explain. So I gave my reasons of what I was going to be doing with the bike and stuff like that. Ended up kind of bending the truth on it, kind of lying, saying that I wouldn't do this, that, and the other, which my channel on the shorts that I posted already recently show that I've done, and I said I wouldn't be doing any of that, which I already have. So kind of broke my promises there. But yeah, it's been an amazing what do you call a year. Of course, like in my first year of riding, I did have incidents. So when I had this bike, I crashed it 3 separate times in the year. And the first 2 were in the same exact day. Laid her down, man. Fucking laid her down. Like not even like 10 or 15 minutes apart from each other, and that was not a good day. I had went to Azusa Canyon, and I was barely at around 3 months of experience on this bike, and I had driven up there, driven up fine up the mountain, and then coming down was the issue. Also, again, like I didn't have much experience on knowing my bike position or knowing my when to downshift and stuff like that or brake. So that's kind of what ended up in my demise and like me crashing his bike twice in the same day. And I ended up low siding it on the left side of the bike. Obviously you can't tell because I literally just bought brand new panels for this bike, so they're literally all stock brand new panels from Yamaha. Um, but I think you can maybe tell by here. I don't know how to zoom in on this, but there's like marks on the mirror. Um, but I did lay my bike down twice in Azusa Canyon. Um, and the price that came out to was around $1,300. I spent on panels when I could have spent that on like brand new frames for the entire bike. But I really wanted this color, so I kept it. Um, and that day when I crashed, these are actually the exact same pants that I was wearing when I crashed. I obviously crashed very slowly; it wasn't very fast of a crash. So you can maybe see in the video where like right here is a little scuff there, a little scuff here on my knee. But other than that, there was really not much damage on myself. When I went there, I was wearing these boots. I was wearing some short tee, like oversized gloves, and a leather jacket. The leather jacket held up pretty good. I'm not wearing it, but I'll probably show a picture or a video of how the jacket was when it was on me and like how it came out. Um, this is not the same helmet as the one I had. I that one on the second lay down when I laid down for the second time that same day. I got thrown off the bike and my head hit rocks, so it kind of hit banged on the ground. Not very hard, but I was like kind of hesitant on whether like I would keep the helmet or buy a new one, and I ended up buying a new one, which is this one I have right now. So I had to buy a new helmet. And then the third crash, or not crash, I guess more of like a lay down, I guess, like a low side. I was in a parking lot learning how to like do circles in a parking lot, and I was going doing a right hand circle in a parking lot, and then one of three things happens: either I was very oscillating on the throttle, or I wasn't going fast enough, or I just got slower, and then all of a sudden my front tire just lost grip, and then down I went. And then that was like I want to say $200 damage there on just one panel that recall got scratched up. But other than that, you know, I haven't had any other incidences because I've learned a lot in the last year. I mean, I haven't had incidents on my own bike, but I have had one on my friend's bike, and that was a big accident that I had. Also, not very like it didn't involve other vehicles or anything. It was also like in a parking lot on his bike, which is just a story for another day. But yeah, that's how it's been. I really cannot think of any other people that I would want to be friends with when I started riding. These are like the best friends I could have ever asked for. Um, and yeah, like John and Alan, the two friends I have right now that are I feel like I'm pretty close with, or I'm really close with them. Um, they've helped me out with a lot of stuff. Very like as in emotionally, like the things whenever I was going like in a bad path in my mind, whatever. Like I knew I could go to them about it, and then they could hear me out and whatever, and give me like advice. They've always been that give me like that. I've also myself been a friend that I try to do the best for my friends when I can. I could not thank be thankful enough to know that I've lucked out on having good friends that I met by chance when I just bought this bike. Um, but yeah, so yesterday marked the year of me owning this bike, and I think you know um I don't see myself like going up into another like bike or a bigger CC at any point currently. Um, because well, this bike I want to track it. I want to learn how to like really ride this bike and stuff. And I'm only at like 6 or 7 thousand miles on the bike too at that. So I'm very like not that high in mileage yet. Like it's not it doesn't really warrant a upgrade in a sense. I mean, other than the speed, of course, but it is a very fun bike to ride. Um, also, you see currently my chain is not on right now, but that's gonna get fixed here soon enough. I'm just waiting on a part to come in, or not a part, a tool come in, a tool to come in, and yeah, it's been a great year. I met some great people. I'm glad I met them. I'm glad I'm friends with them still and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be making more videos and stuff. Like maybe try and see how I do like some motor vlogging and stuff on the channel with my friends whenever we do ride out and stuff. But yeah, just stay tuned for more videos.